everybody, my name is Kaylee and I'm an INFJ 9-wing 1, and today we are with Zach, who is a 9-wing 8.
Yes.
You've seen him probably on my dad's channel before, but today he is with us.
Hello.
Yes, so today we are doing his Enneagram interview. Do you have anything you'd like to say before we start?
So if you're just new to this Enneagram world, buckle up. It is a lot of fun. It's life-changing. I know for me and my family, it's been amazing. And just actually pay attention to yourself through the process. Don't just listen to what everybody's telling you.
Yeah.
It's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, it's been so helpful in knowing, kind of future telling of, I probably was on a path of doing these kinds of behaviors that would not help me because of just unconscious activity. But okay, before you go, make sure you check out the description box below. Linked in it will be my website. I'd love to meet with you, have an appointment with you, and help you learn a little bit more about yourself. All right, let's get into it. So, how did you discover what type you are?
Well, that's funny. So when me and my wife, Grace, who I know has been in some of your videos, started getting this, I thought I was a 1.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I was a 1 full through. I thought I was a 1-9. That's what I really thought my type was. And after probably 6 months
of
studying and reading ones, I was still sold that I was a 1, but my wife was like, I think you're not a 1. You're actually a 9. And then we really dug into 9s, and I was like, oh.
That makes a lot of sense.
There it is. I think that's what I am. And surprisingly, I'm not a 9-1. I'm a 9-8.
Yeah.
So,
well, what's funny is your dad.
My dad is a hardcore 1.
Yeah.
My dad's a 1-2. So, yeah, my dad's a 1. So, growing up, it was always do the right thing. That's how you do the right thing. And don't do the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm. Be
Pretty
good.
Much. Yeah, be good. Because being good is how you get attention and love. And
yeah. No tomfoolery. Don't goof off.
And do the right thing. So, of course, growing up, that's what I've always heard in my head is I got to do the right thing. I got to not rock the boat. Mm-hmm. So that's why I would just, I'm a 1. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But it was really because of my dad that I didn't see I'm actually a 9. And I just went to that 1 wing because my dad's a 1.
Yeah, kind of fell into the role of a 1. And you are the self-preservation 9. So
comfort.
Yeah, I'm the sexual 9, which is more of the merging union, becomes more like the people they're with. But the self-preservation 9 also will adapt in order to maintain status quo a little bit. So if you have your authority figure and the person you respect, your dad, kind of make sure I'm respecting him and falling into line with that a little bit. Okay, how do you notice your 8 wing in your everyday life?
Well, so as 9s, the overarching thing with 9s is we like to keep our peace. Mm-hmm. We like to keep the peace, not even just our peace.
Yeah.
Being a 9-8 though, which is a very strong 8 wing, I don't mind conflict. I will enter conflict. I will speak my mind. I will just say what's on my mind. And
yeah, you're very good about the 30 seconds of courage for the long term.
Well, it's not even 30 seconds of courage. It's just more I think of my whole being a 1. I let people just kind of push me around. Yeah. Because that's the right thing to do is not cause problems, not to speak what I'm thinking to, and so now I'm nope, not happening anymore. Yeah. Part of being the self-preservation is my comfort's my comfort. That is my main goal in life is to keep my comfort. Not consciously, but self-consciously. Yeah. So when people push in against that, I'm sorry, nope, not gonna happen.
Yeah, my boundaries. Don't cross my fence.
And being married to an 8, they're the unstoppable force, and self-preservation 9s can be called the immovable object. Yeah. So I have that 8-ness in me to say, you're not gonna push me. You're not gonna change me. You're not gonna get what you want. So I see that in my life just because I work in the real world. Mm-hmm.
You have not had the luxury of just being quiet and getting away with it. No. You've had to speak up in order to not get pushed around and then taken advantage of.
Literally, I got let go from my last job working in a church because I spoke my mind saying I don't like how things are happening.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that it's not a matter of your opinions as much as what you truly believe is correct.
Yes.
With going back to that oneness a little bit.
Within my morals, within correct mindset, is I will speak my opinions and I'm not going to be... But the thing is with the 9 is I'm not going to be obviously rude about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to speak my mind. And
yes,
people
you're
later
still definitely an 9.
people are going to later be like, wait, did he really say that? Like, that was kind of hurtful. I'm like, sorry.
I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I just didn't want you.
A little bit. Tiny bit, but...
You're silly. So.
I'm just not going to be blatantly obvious like maybe a type like 8s would be.
Yeah. Yeah, you have that little 8 wing.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you consider to be your biggest achievement?
I don't know. So honestly, I think my biggest achievement is and it goes back into being a 9. I think a lot of the big stereotype for 9s is we fall asleep to ourselves. And I think my biggest achievement was actually figuring that out. So, I mean, of course I got married. I have a 10-month-old son. So those are great achievements and I'm not taking, but I think where I'm at today, where my life is, would be different if I didn't figure that out.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I always forget the name of the guy who made the song, but in a song, he's literally talking about falling asleep for half his life, and I can pinpoint the day I fell asleep and kind of just coasted through life for 14 years.
Yeah.
And now that I've figured that out, I was like, oh, we're not doing that anymore.
Got to make up for lost time.
Yeah, well, and it's like I found myself. I wasn't just a being holding space.
Yeah.
I'm now an interactive, alive human being.
Yeah.
Contributing to society instead of just letting society control me.
Yeah, and making your own life something that you love and enjoy. Yeah, I know that's been awesome for me too, because like within the last couple of years I've been like, oh, I'm a person.
I have my own likes. Like what? I don't want somebody to tell me to wear this when I really want to wear this. Hence why I'm wearing a Christmas sweater right now, and it's obviously not Christmas anymore.
Yeah.
But it's cold and it's comfortable.
Yeah,
so
do what you want. Okay. So what are your 3 best qualities?
3 best qualities. Honestly, probably one is still trying to keep the peace. I do like comfort.
And mediating.
Yeah. I mean, 9/8 are the referees. So
yeah.
They make jokes saying, oh, we need to give Zach a whistle for his birthday. So he could just start whistling when we're making things uncomfortable. But I think one of it is like always trying to find that middle ground. Like see both sides. And I know some people hate it. Some types love it. But finding the middle ground of saying, okay, look, both sides.
Can we have a win-win?
Yeah. And sometimes no. But it's like you can find that and say, okay, well, look, one person's obviously going to win and one person's not. And that's okay.
Yeah.
But I think also then the 8ness, I think, is just my worth ethic.
Yeah.
Like I think 9s get that rap, oh, your sin is sloth. So that means you're slow and lazy.
Yeah.
No, like...
Yeah. That's the natural sin you fall into most.
Yes.
You don't... It's not good to live in sin. When everybody makes such a big deal that you will never be more than this because you're a 9, and it's like, that's
not true. So, like, for me is... I just have I think even more than a worth ethic, a very strong work drive. Like I love working, I love doing things, I love sitting still. I used to love that, but now I'm like, if I sit still, I start getting uncomfortable. Hence why I'm probably going to be talking with my hands a lot because it's just how I operate.
Yeah.
So I say that was one. Probably the last one is just, I think when I do lean on that one, is there is a right order of doing things.
Yeah. Like,
I'm not going to try to jump somebody in place to get there quicker and like, no, I got to wait my turn. I got to do my stuff. I got to keep the peace. I got to, my boss is my boss. I got to...
You uphold your beliefs.
Yes.
Yeah.
My morals are strong. They're not just flimsy. They're not just things I write down and say, well, those are my morals, but you can erase that and change it. Like, no, it's set in stone.
You're very good at playing devil's advocate.
Yes.
If somebody's like, well, Zach, I really like hamburgers, and you're like, well, hot dogs are pretty good too, and you're like,
I love
Are you fighting?
that.
No, I'm not fighting.
No,
but
and I think that's also then the 8 side coming is there's that little debating of like, well, you love hamburgers, but have you tried hot dogs?
Yeah, have you seen anyone else's perspective?
Have you tried? Yeah, and it's like, so I push that in there, and can be annoying, it cannot be annoying, but it helps.
Yes, and it's, that is one of your strengths. You're good at doing that. Okay, so when do you feel most confident, and when do you feel most insecure?
Most insecure is in large groups.
Self-preservation.
Yeah, so large groups are not good for me, and even in college, like I went to a small college, but we would have those areas and those times where we hang out. I would hang out to the side or the very back, because I felt more confident in those settings there. So when I feel most insecure is when I'm around a lot of people.
Like in the center of attention?
Yeah, I don't like being the center of attention. I don't know what my Myers-Briggs is completely. Me and my wife debate it all the time.
It's something like
I could be an INFP or an ISTJ, an INTJ. It battles around, but I am an I, 100%. That is the one thing we do not debate.
Yeah, you're an introvert and probably a thinking type.
Yeah. So being the center of attention, being in large groups makes me super uncomfortable and makes me I'd rather a small group of friends, 3 or 4 of us, and that'd be fine. Most confident? Ooh, I don't know. I think most confident is probably by myself. Not just because I don't like people, but it's because when I'm by myself, it gives me the time to think about myself.
Yeah, or for yourself.
Or for myself, and not have to think about, well, am I upsetting that person? Am I not doing this right? Am I not? So that's where I feel most confident, because I can just review about myself.
Unaffected by the world.
And think about, what am I doing? Like, I know a lot of people, when they go to the gym or when they work out, feel insecure if it's like their first time going, or they haven't seen the gains they like, or they look at the person next to them benching 5 plates and you're benching 25-pound plates. But for me, I feel more confident in those moments because it's like, look, I'm focusing on myself. Exercising helps a lot. And that's when I kind of can see that confidence come out, is when I'm just focusing on myself.
Yeah. It's crazy. I haven't filmed with a 9-1 yet. I might just do it myself. I'm not sure. But I would probably have to say, at least for me personally, being by myself would probably be when I feel some of the most confident of, like, I can definitely say that I 100% believe this, and then you get around other people and it's like, I mean...
And it's also for a 9-8 by myself is because I can put that intensity on myself.
Yes.
Like, I can say, well, those people shouldn't be doing it, but wait a minute. I'm doing that same thing. I shouldn't be doing it. Like, I can turn that good, like, mediating devil's advocate on myself, because I'm not having to focus on doing it on other people.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense, Zach. I think I just learned something new. Okay, what does your inner critic tell you?
Oh, well, that's a fun thing. So growing up with a 1 dad, and being a 9 kid, and a 9, having a 9 mother.
9-wing 1, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
My inner critic is honestly my dad's voice.
Yeah.
So it is the very heavy 1 critic, like turning anger on yourself. I can see that through my whole life. I can see that now as an adult, in work, in marriage, in fatherhood, in family relationships. I turn that, when I do something wrong, or when someone says I do something wrong, I turn that on myself. Just because I saw that modeled a lot of my dad. Like, 1s are really good at hiding it. If you're a 1 and you're watching this because you know a 9, or you want to learn more about your 9 wing, you guys are great at hiding it.
It looks like frustration
to other people, but your loved ones, your kids, can read you like a book.
Yeah.
And you don't think they can, but they can. So I saw that a lot in my dad. And so I kind of modeled that. I mean, as any son looking to his father wants to be like his dad. That's just natural. So modeling that, I kind of had just kept that. It's not as harsh as 1s, but it is
or
more,
you don't apply it as harshly, as strictly as a 1, but it's the same thing. Yeah. You're hearing it,
because I'm still
not
good
as
at,
much.
I'm still good at falling asleep to anger. But it's not as a heavy, like, repetitive voice in my head. It's like very brief and gone.
Yeah.
But that's probably how I hear my inner critic, is just turning anger on myself for moments, saying I'm going to change that, and then it's gone.
Yeah. Okay. what is the best feeling in the world and what is the worst feeling in the world?
I think the worst feeling in the world, and this plays into 8, the justice fighter, the 9, peace seeker, and the 1, the good and wrong, is when I let people down. Like if at work or at home or with friends, I think that's the worst feeling, when I know I didn't do something to my fullest, or I didn't do it the exact right way, or where the standard or expectation was set, and then I feel bad, and then I kind of go to my 6 and I try to repair that relationship or that work relationship or whatever it may be, because I'm like, I didn't do something you wanted me to do, or I didn't do it as well you wanted me to do it, and then it's like that inner critic, let me fix the situation, and then that's where I think I feel my worst. I think I feel my best. I think when I tap into the 3 and I get something done.
So take initiative. I know.
Yeah, that's it. But for me, it's like, so when me and my wife moved into our house that we live in now, she was pregnant, and pregnant has its own fun kind of things. But our kitchen, the cabinets were 60 years old, and the smell was getting to her. Yeah, because it was the original cabinets. The house is 60 years old, and she couldn't stay at our house. So we ripped all the cabinets out, and it took forever to get new cabinets and put countertops on, and that's the 9 towards escaping me, but procrastination, that's it. Procrastination. But what I did do is, when she was on a vacation, I built shelves, because we didn't want the top cabinets, we just wanted free floating shelves. And I built them myself, like the wood, stained it, brackets, put them in the walls, and that was one of the best feelings when I'm looking down on it. Like, I went above beyond, like, made an extra box to go around the hood vent and around our little over the sink light. And when she loved it, that's one of the best feelings, is like, I accomplished that. Yeah. It looks good.
I wanted to do it. I did my best, and it turned out great.
Turned out great. Of course, and then you hit the 1, or just as anybody who's building something, you're like, see the flaws, but it's like, she doesn't see it and she loves it. Yeah. And she still says how much she loves it, and even over a year since I've built them. It's probably the best feeling is when you see you see a good job and somebody else sees the good job. Yeah.
Okay. What keeps you up at night?
Not a lot. I think I think 9s were really good with our boxes.
The empty box.
The empty box. Yeah. My special box. But if anything would keep me up at night, I think it is that fact of, like, I've lost so much time of myself and with other people, like, because of how I acted, would I had different friends, would I have made some of the decisions I've made, would I have done the career that I originally set out and went to college for, and so I think that's what sometimes keeps me up at night. Maybe not, like, physically up at night, but when before I go to sleep, if I'm stuck in my thoughts, which is also a scary place for 9s, that's kind of where it goes.
Okay. All right. How do you like to unwind?
So help to unwind, there's a couple things. Video games, because I don't have to think about anything. I don't have to do anything. I can sit in a comfy chair and comfy clothes with a Mountain Dew and play video games for a couple hours and feel great, and just everything is oblivious. Nothing else matters. But another is fish. So if you watch any 9s, if you watch my father-in-law, her dad, Dr. Tom LaHue, or her videos, or any other 9 videos, or any books, it says the best thing for us is nature. To just go and sit in nature. With nature. Yeah, 100-acre woods. Just go out to your nature and just think about nothing. So for me, fishing's it. I love the fish. There's no effort to fishing for me. I'm good at it. I can cast. I get all that, and it's just all I can think about is I got to get my bait there. If my pole bends down, I got to reel it in and don't break the line. Don't set the hook. Don't whip the hook out. Yeah. And bring the fish in. And
kind of being in the moment. Yeah. And interacting with nature.
Yeah, I know. Well, it brings good memories for me too, because my grandpa, who's no longer with us, taught me how to fish. He's taught me everything I know about fishing, so it already had good memories, emotions, feelings that when I am stressed out, I'm angry. If I just go do that, even if I'm not thinking about my grandpa, not thinking about all the times we fished, but I'm just fishing, it calms everything down. Yeah, it just puts everything at ease, and I go home happier.
That's good. Okay. How do you see yourself going to your health point of 3 and your stress point of 6?
Okay, so I'll start with stress point. So I see it a lot more in like close relationships. So like for me and my wife, when I do something and she's upset, I bombard the "Are we okay? Are you okay?" text messages.
Reassurance.
I do extra stuff like I'll go buy her favorite candy before, or I'll go bring her home flowers, even though she's like, I don't want flowers. But I'm still just trying to fix that connection. But it's the same thing at work. If like, oh, I could have done that and I didn't, well, let me do that from now on and make up for it and ask, is there anything else I can do? And kind of just go above and beyond to fix that. And I really, it's not like a fear of losing the connection. It's just a fear of repairing the connection. Like,
not being able to repair it.
Yeah, I need to fix it. I'm not afraid of it leaving, but I need to fix it. But there's not the fear of the world. Like, I know some 6s there, like, it can be, the fear can be overbearing. I don't see that.
Yeah.
But for health going to 3, I think it's just when I get the motivation to do something and I'm going there, I'm healthy, I'm full force at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it. Like, when I did the shelves, like, the motivation was there. I wanted my wife to stay at home. I painted the whole kitchen. I built the shelves in 2 to 3 days, and they were up. Let the house air out, so the paint smell and the stain smell didn't bother her, and it was done. And that's all I did. I'd stay up till midnight making sure everything was good. So there's that drive. It's like when I get motivated, I'm motivated, and I'm moving. Yeah. When I'm not motivated, though, I'm not moving. So it's like that. Like when I'm just there at 9, I'm not moving. But when I hit that 3, it's going.
Yeah, you're not stopping.
No, I'm not stopping. And it's the same thing with work. Like the job I do, I've been put up through, my bosses wanted to put me up through 3 promotions already. I haven't been there a year, and that's why they didn't happen, because I have to be there a year with the company's policies. But when I'm motivated and I want to move up and I want to drive, I want to succeed, I'm going. Like,
and it's just correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem like it's so much the motivation of proving yourself to others as much as proving yourself to yourself, holding yourself to the standard that you've set for yourself. Yeah,
for sure. I could care less what people think about me. And I think some 9s are good at that, some 9s aren't, because it comes in the piece. Maybe they're more unhealthy in the 6. I've never cared about that. That's why sometimes my wife will say, Zach, you're meaner than I am with how you say things, and it's just like, I don't care. I don't care if they don't like what I say. I don't care if they don't like how I look, act. I am who I am, and that's going to be, and that's the same thing when I'm at a 3. I don't care if I beat someone out for a promotion that's been there longer than I do. I'm sorry. I just don't. Makes me maybe a bad 9, makes me sound more like a 3. I just don't care, but it's not because I want the admiration of other people. I have a goal. Like she said, I have a goal.
Not that you want their admiration, but that you are just...
And I'm not trying to... Of course, I'm wanting to get ahead because I want to provide for my family.
But that's the goal.
That's the goal. And that's the comfortable. Like, I love the lifestyle that I have. I want to keep that. I will do whatever I need to do to keep that.
Yeah, and that's where you see the self-preservation, and that 8 wing is so much more driven. And
self-preservation can be called work boot 9s.
The work boots.
So it's like, I get going. I'm going to work.
Yeah. Okay, last question. What are you tired of hearing people say about type 9s?
So type 9s are sin is sloth. And that can mean a lot of different things, but I think the thing I hate people saying about 9s the most is that we're lazy. No, we're not lazy. We can be lazy just like everybody else.
Yeah, some people are lazy. Some type 9s are lazy, but that doesn't mean all type 9s are lazy.
And that's just because they haven't either woke up, they haven't touched into that 3 yet.
It's a matter of growth more than anything.
More than anything, it's maybe they haven't figured out their wing, and their wing helps a lot with getting you moving. But I think the biggest thing that I hate was when people say is lazy is that we're lazy. No, I'm not lazy. I have people tell me, well, you're a 9, you're lazy. And when I look at them like...
and you're a 7, you're gluttonous. Like,
not even that. But it's like when people are like, oh, well, 9s are lazy. And then I'm like, well, let's look at your life compared to my life. You are far more lazy than I am.
Yeah.
Like, I'm up at 5:30 every morning going to work, and there's some days I don't get home till 5. You've been at home all day long.
Yeah.
Doing whatever you're doing. Video games, eating, anything you can think of. And it's like, I've been working all day.
Yeah.
Like, and my job's manually labor job. So it's like, I'm not just sitting at home. There's times that, yes, I do just want to sit at home because I'm tired and I need to relax, but we're not lazy. Yeah. But when we do things, it just may look different. I think that's the biggest thing is for 9s, when we get moving, it looks different. Like, if I was a 3, you can see
everybody might know about
Everybody's going to know about it. Everybody's going to see it. I'm going to show it in how I act, how I dress, how I talk. Or a 7, it's fun. You're
everybody sees you're here. The assertive types.
Look, I'm doing something. It's going to be fun. Or 8s, it's like they hit you with it. Or 2s, like, I'm going to love you and you're going to feel my love. But 9s, it's like, I'm doing something, but it's in the background.
Yeah, and a lot of times, like I say, 8s, when they say, one thing I'm good at is I have a lot of self-control with my words. I have a really good filter. And you're like, what? It's like, they're working the hardest out of everyone, and they only said one mean thing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of similar with 9s of, like, everything, if you're at a lower place in life as a 9, everything feels like it's too hard.
Yeah.
So if you can push past that to do...
Well, and it's also when you're at a low point of 9 and everybody's giving you these things to do and you're taking them on because you want to keep the peace, you want to be helpful, you want to not rock the boat, you overburden yourself, and then you have so many different projects going on at once that you shut down.
Yeah.
And you go into your box or you go into your comfy blanket or your safe space and you shut off.
Yeah.
But if you can get yourself from overburdening yourself, and even if you do have a lot of projects, you set a routine.
Yeah, I think about them in a healthy way.
The biggest help for 9s is to figure out good routines.
Yeah, a healthy routine, you can get more done in a day than the average person will.
And I mean, like, 9s naturally love routines. It's comfortable. It's familiar. You just go with the flow. But yeah, sorry, the Kung Fu virus. But if you get out of those unhealthy...
Yeah, if you get out of the unhealthy habits...
routines and set good routines, good habits, you get a lot of stuff done because you can say, oh, well, I need to respond to 5 emails today. I need to finish putting together... Let's say you work in a marketing company. I need to finish putting together that marketing package. I need to send it to my boss. If you can look at your day and say... I'm going to set this first. I'm going to finish it. And do it in top priority to bottoms. I think a lot of times we just hit different priorities and then you finish 8 things, but the biggest thing you have to finish, you didn't do.
The time-sensitive one got left.
And then now you're in trouble at home, at work, in life because you didn't do that one. If you can say, this is the number 1, and you set them out good, and you just go down your list and don't get distracted, don't start working on a different thing until you finish it, that really helps 9s work. And I think that's when people don't see. That's why they call us lazy, is they don't see how much we have done. They just see, oh, well, you only got 1 thing done today? Oh, honey, like, I got 80 things done today. Well, yeah, well, all those things don't matter. Like, you still have that one big project that you're going to complain about tonight when you go home. Mine's done.
Yeah, you got the biggest burden. It depends on the person, and it depends on every 9 and their level of health. But we don't usually talk about how you're a 5, you're stingy. Yeah. But people will be like, oh, you're a 9, you're lazy.
Yeah, I don't know why that is, because I guess wanting to be comfortable can be seen as lazy, but...
sometimes, it's easy to fall into laziness.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's our sin.
To be a lazy person is different, too.
It's very easy for any number to fall into their sin. Like, 8s for lust, 7s for gluttony, 5s for stinginess. Like, and it's not... It's
all
very
these different
easy.
Types doing all kinds of crazy things. Yeah. It's all behind motivation, and you never really know what's going on inside a person.
And I just think for 9s, laziness is the easiest thing to pick out.
Yeah.
Like, you can hide gluttony, you can hide lust, you can hide stinginess, but laziness is kind of hard to hide.
Yeah. Well, yes, the whole sloth thing.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything else you'd like to say before we go?
9s, get out of your box.
The empty box in your head.
The empty void, whatever you want to call it. I call it my box. My box of nothingness.
Yeah, the place you go in your mind that's just quiet and peaceful.
When things are uncomfortable and you go in there, get out of it.
Yeah.
Enjoy life. Life can be hard. It can be scary. It can be things that want to send you into your box.
Yeah.
Get out of it. Enjoy life.
Yes.
Take it by the horns.
Life is wonderful.
Yeah. Don't let life control you. You control your life. I think that's the biggest thing. And I think that's what I've learned from Innate Wife is you control your own life. Even if things are scary around you, be present. Don't
just shut down.
Yeah. I know before we get off, when I first came into interacting with their family, you have a 7, an 8, a 6, a 5, a 4, and a 2, and a 9. But conversations. Everybody talks over everybody.
Loud.
And everybody
I'm
a
9.
Everybody would ask.
Get talked over.
Everybody would ask me, does he not like us? He doesn't talk. And it's just like,
it's a fight. It's a fight to talk.
I don't want to. Why would I? If no one's talking, then I'll talk. But I think be okay if you do talk over somebody. Be okay with it. It's okay. We've talked over each other quite a few times in this video.
It's okay to interject your thoughts and opinions. And I think people will try to... If you don't control your life, someone else or something else will.
So I think it's people will try to run over you. They will try to control you. They will try to make you and mold you to what they want you to be. And 9s are the most
malleable.
Yes. Don't let that happen. A little bit is okay. I'm not saying...
It's good to fit into your role of life, but don't be steamrolled by life.
Yes. Take life and live it. Don't let it live you.
Yeah, don't let life live you.
Yeah, I think that's my biggest takeaway for a 9 is get out of your box and enjoy life. You can't enjoy life being shut down.
Smell the flowers. Feel the grass on your feet.
Yeah, honestly, go to your 100-acre woods and let you live life.
Yep. All right, thank you, Zach.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Once again, check out the link in the description box below. I'll be happy to talk to you guys. And I'll see you guys in another video soon. Bye.
Bye.